Hi, and welcome to Stamp with Ginny. Today I'm going to share with you this lovely card that I created using the online exclusive Impressions Abloom Stamp set in our 2025 in colors Strawberry Slush and Secret Sea. So let me set this aside and I'll show you how to get started. Okay, this stamp set is a two-step stamp set, and I want to show you quickly that the case shows you the orientation of the stamp here and which is the way to line it up. You can take these and mark them. Let's see, this two-step petal here matches this. You can take these and mark them with your Sharpie before you pull them out of the case if you like to, so that you don't have to worry about lining them up. But this stamp set is really quite forgiving if you don't line it up perfectly. So let me set this aside and we'll get started with my strawberry slush and my large flower. And I'm going to pick this up, my large petal is here, ink it up in my strawberry slush and stamp. I'm going to pay attention to where that large petal is, and I'm going to stamp 3 times, changing it a little bit each time. And then I'm going to bring in my large stamp and do the two-step, lining up that long petal. On this last one, I'm actually going to, I've stamped it off twice, and I'm going to line it up and stamp. And what that does is give me a lighter shade of the strawberry slush. Next, I'm going to bring in my medium flower and add that to my card front, doing the same process of turning and keeping an eye on where I am setting those 3 petals. That allows me to quickly line up my image. There we go. Last but not least, I'm going to bring in this small flower, ink it up, and tuck it in while turning it, and once again keeping an eye on where I'm putting those 2 petals that were together so I can line it up easily. Now this particular flower is really quite forgiving, so you can worry about it a little less. Let's see, I'm going to turn that this way because my 2 petals were here, and there we go. And my last one I'm going to do up here, and voila, I'm finished. Next I'm going to bring in my flower centers. I'm using my Secret Sea for this. The 2 smaller flowers use the small center, and the largest uses this big round one. So I'm going to quickly add the centers to the flowers and start with the other set. Now if you want, you can give a stamp off on this twice. And if you want, you can give a stamp off once on this, and you'll end up with a different shade also. It's up to you and how you want to vary your colors. There we go. I've got my flowers done, and I'm ready to bring in my sentiments. I am going to add thanks to this one up in the top left-hand corner. And then I'm going to set the card front to the side, and I'm going to bring in my inside panel, making sure I'm stamping it in the same orientation. I'm going to add the second part of the sentiment. There we go. And then I'm going to take my medium flower here, and I'm going to ink it up in the strawberry slush and stamp. And then bring in my image here. I want to line up these 3. I'm going to stamp it off twice for a lighter shade. Line up those 3, stamp, and then I can bring in my Secret Sea center and stamp that just for a little pop of color. And of course, if you want to, you can add a couple more. I'm going to do that on the side here. Find that 2. Let's see, I wasn't paying attention as closely with this one, and this is my 2 over here. There we go, stamp, and stamp again, and then add those centers. I've got my stamping finished and I'm ready to move on to assembly. I'm going to bring in the strawberry slush cardstock base, score it on the fold line, bring in my secret C, and adhere that down. There we go. And then I'm going to bring in my focal point or my card front, and I'm going to adhere that to the secret C. Now you could add Stampin' Dimensionals under this if you'd like, but I'm going to leave it as is. And of course at this point you can adhere or set your signature panel on the inside of the card, whichever you prefer. I'm going to add a little shimmer and shine to this with our 2025 in color flat pearls. These are simply gorgeous, and I hope you can see the iridescent shine to them. And I'm going to pick some of these up. Let's say I'm going to place one here, and I'm going to scatter them randomly around the card front. Like so. So there you go. A quick and easy card using our 2025 in colors and the Impressions Abloom stamp set that you can find in the online exclusives. And of course, if you'd like any of these products, feel free to stop by my online store. You can get there from my blog, Stamp with Jini. Thanks for joining me.